Hello everyone, welcome back to this new session of the chapter 6 life process class 10. We will be studying in this session about the nutrition in humans. I mean to say we will be studying how digestion takes place in humans with the help of a well organized system, that is digestive system. So let's begin. Actually, the nutrition in human is actually the holozoic mode of nutrition. There are 5 main processes or 5 main steps concerned with the use of food by the animals. Or we can say, in other words, there are 5 steps in the process of the holozoic mode of nutrition seen in the animals, and they are ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation, and egestion. In the complex multicellular organisms or animals like man, grasshopper, fish, and frog, etc., all the processes involved in the nutrition are performed by a combination of digestive organs. Okay. The nutrition in human beings takes place through human digestive system. Before dealing with or before studying the human digestive system, you must know this, that digestion is of 2 types. One is physical digestion and another one is chemical digestion. Physical digestion includes the tearing of food, chewing of food, grinding of food, mix and mashing of the food, and the chemical digestion is actually the breakdown of the complex food material into the simpler soluble material. Okay, this takes place with the help of different enzymes present in the digestive tract. Now, digestive system. The various organs of the digestive system in sequence are: number 1, mouth, with the arrow it is shown; number 2, pharynx; number 3, esophagus; number 4, stomach; number 5, small intestine; number 6, large intestine; and number 7, the rectum. Okay, and the glands which are associated with the human digestive system and form a part of human digestive system are the salivary glands, liver, and the pancreas. Remember the different colors I have shown you to make you understand this digestive system of man. Actually, the human digestive system consists of alimentary canal. It is in the form of a tract which is known as gastrointestinal tract or the alimentary canal, and it starts with the mouth and ends with the anus. The last the opening from where the solid waste product is expelled out of the human body, that opening is known as anus. Okay, and so alimentary canal starts with mouth and ends with the anus, and it is in the form of a tube, and this tube is around 9 meters in length. Okay, and let's now understand one by one the different organs of the digestive system along with the different steps of the holozoic nutrition which takes place in human beings. First is ingestion. What is ingestion? Ingestion is intake of food. Now in human beings have a special organ for the intake of food, for the ingestion of the food, and that special organ is mouth. Okay, so the food is put into the mouth with the help of hands. Now what happens in the mouth? In mouth, this food is chewed with the help of teeth. Okay, teeth break down the food into the smaller pieces and the tongue mixes the food with the saliva. So physical digestion takes place in the mouth, and chemical digestion also gets started in the mouth, and it is like this, that our saliva contains an enzyme called salivary amylase. Salivary amylase is an enzyme which helps break down starch into maltose. जो कार्बोहाइड्रेट या स्टार्ची चीज़ें आप खाते हैं उसका डाइजेशन, पार्शियल डाइजेशन माउथ में शुरू हो जाता है. कभी कभी आपने नोट किया होगा, व्हेन यू च्यू चपाती फॉर अ लॉन्गर पीरियड इट ऑटोमेटिकली अपने आप वो मीठी हो जाती है. सो दैट मीन्स the partial digestion of food has started in the mouth only. And one more thing you have to notice is that epiglottis. Epiglottis is a flap-like structure at the back of the throat that closes over the trachea, preventing food from entering it. It is located in the pharynx. So epiglottis is shown here. It prevents the food from entering into the windpipe. As soon as you swallow the food, it covers the windpipe for a second, and when you swallow it gets open so that the supply of the air or the oxygen is not stopped. Okay, so इंजेशन हो गया है. डाइजेशन में फूड में, डाइजेशन में माउथ में फूड का डाइजेशन शुरू हो चुका है, ध्यान रखिएगा. नाउ the slightly digested food in the mouth, or the partially digested food in the mouth, is swallowed by the tongue and goes in down the food pipe called esophagus. Green color से दिखाई है esophagus. Okay, the esophagus carries the food to the stomach. This is stomach. So, and esophagus is around 20 centimeter long, and its function is that it secretes mucus, and this mucus helps in sliding the food from the throat to the stomach by using muscular movement which is known as peristaltic movement. Peristaltic movement is the contraction and relaxation of the muscles alternatively. Okay, but sometimes we feel something burning in our esophagus or in our food pipe. That means when there is excess of acid in the stomach, then we feel this type of burning feeling. Okay, so let's move on. Food is now carried by the esophagus into the stomach. This red portion is stomach. Stomach is the J-shaped muscular bag that stores the food you eat and breaks it down into more tiny pieces. Okay, जो जो हो गया है, काफ़ी छोटा हो गया है माउथ में ही, बट स्टमक उसको और उसकी चर्निंग करता है, उसको और तोड़ता है. And stomach also mixes the food with the digestive juices, and the digestive juice of stomach is known as gastric juice. Gastric juice has three things. Number one, enzyme which is called pepsin. Number two, acid. कौन सा acid? Hydrochloric acid. And number three is mucus. So the food which reaches the stomach becomes now acidic in nature because it gets mixed with the acid, hydrochloric acid. Now the benefit of this acid is that it kills the bacteria present in the food and also activates the enzyme pepsin, which will start breaking protein. Means digestion of protein starts in the stomach. And this mucus protects the wall of the stomach from this strong acid, that is hydrochloric acid. Otherwise, with the effect of hydrochloric acid, the cells of the stomach would have corroded, and you feel you feel injured, or whenever there is a condition that we say that I'm feeling मुझे acidity हो गई है. What do we mean by acidity? Acidity means increase in the level of HCl in the stomach. When the acid increases in the stomach, then you feel the burning sensation. Then what you do, you take Eno, which has a base, or you take Digestion, again which has base, to neutralize that acid. Food found in the stomach is called chyme. So when the food gets mixed with the gastric juices, now we call it a chyme. Now after stomach, from the stomach, the partially digested food enters the small intestine. Let's go back to the diagram. So the food is in the stomach. This is stomach. So now the food is coming out of the stomach. When it comes out, it meets small intestine. So from stomach, the food enters the small intestine. When the food enters the small intestine, then the food meets the secretion of the two glands, that is liver, and here is the pancreas. So two glands give their secretion and helps in the digestion. So liver is the largest gland of the body. It directly affects the digestion by producing the bile. Means bile is a light yellow fluid. It is secreted by the liver, and it is stored in a small round part or organ which is called gall bladder. Here it is shown. ये नीचे जो है वो gall bladder वाला portion है. It stores bile from the liver and releases into small intestine. यहाँ से इस पाइप से ये small intestine में आ जाता है. Now when it comes into small intestine, it makes the food alkaline. क्योंकि जो food हमें stomach से बाहर निकल रहा है, that is acidic in nature. So bile makes the food alkaline, and now then bile helps in digesting the fat also. So remember, we started with the mouth में digestion शुरू हुई, वहाँ पर starch का digestion हुआ. Then stomach में आया, acid mix हुआ, उसमें पेप्सिन एक्टिवेट हुई और प्रोटीन का डाइजेशन शुरू हुआ. और फैट्स का डाइजेशन कहाँ पर शुरू होता है? स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन में. कौन हेल्प करता है? बाइल जूस हेल्प करता है. सो बाइल हेल्प्स इन द इमल्सिफिकेशन ऑफ फैट, मीन्स ब्रेकिंग ऑफ फैट्स. And the liver has a very important work. It filters out toxins and waste including drugs and alcohol and poison. मतलब बाइल जूस को प्रोड्यूस करने के साथ साथ लिवर जो है वो टॉक्सिन्स को भी रिमूव करता है. Pancreas. Pancreas is the another gland shown with the yellow color. It also gives its secretion to the food which is in the small intestine. So it gives pancreatic juice. याद करिए, फिर से याद कीजिए. स्टमक ने दिया गैस्ट्रिक जूस, लिवर ने दिया बाइल जूस, पेनक्रियाज देगा पेनक्रियाटिक जूस. Pancreatic juice has various enzymes to digest fats, carbohydrates and proteins. The amylase is present in the pancreatic juice. It acts on the starch. Trypsin, another enzyme, it will act on proteins. Lipase acts on fats. And another function of pancreas is to regulate the blood sugar level by producing a hormone called insulin. Okay. So we are still in the process of digestion. Digestion is not yet completed. ना अब फूड आगे चलेगा. दोनों लिवर और पेनक्रियास से उसको सिक्रीशन मिल गए, सब एंजाइम्स ने अपना काम किया, अब और आगे बढ़ा. तो स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन इज एक्चुअली रफली 6.5 to 7 meters in length, and now small intestine will secrete an intestinal juice called succus entericus. This intestinal juice helps in the complete digestion of the food. So digestion of food is completed in the small intestine. How it is completed? Because the starch now is converted into glucose, protein gets converted into amino acids, fats gets completed into fatty acids and glycerol. These three new products, that is glucose, amino acid and fatty acids, they are simple soluble products which our body can accept easily. So और ये जो products थे starch, proteins and या carbohydrates, proteins and fats, ये complex food material थे. इनको simple food material में convert होगा, तब ये हमारी body में absorb होते हैं. Okay, so after this in small intestine digestion is now completed. So after digestion के बाद क्या होगा? After digestion the molecules of food become so small that they can pass easily through the walls of the small intestine and go into the blood. This is called absorption. So ये स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन पिंक कलर से दिखाई है. अब डाइजेशन हो गया. डाइजेशन के बाद आपको हमने कहा कि जो न्यूट्रिएंट्स हैं वो इतने छोटे हो गए कि अब वो आसानी से ब्लड में चले जाएंगे विद द हेल्प ऑफ स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन. अब ऐसा कैसे होता है? स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन हैज़ another role also, because the lining of small intestine, the lining of the walls of the small intestine has finger-like projection called villi. ये देखिए finger-like projections हैं इसके पास, and the presence of villi in the walls of the intestine, they helps in increasing the surface area for absorption. And 80% of ingested water is absorbed, vitamin present in the food are absorbed, minerals, carbohydrate, protein, lipids, these new products, glucose, amino acid, fatty acids and cholesterol, all of these are absorbed and enters into the blood. Absorption done. So we have completed first step, ingestion, then digestion, then absorption. Now what is the fourth step? Fourth step is assimilation. Now this blood carries digested and dissolved food to all parts of the body where it is used by the body for obtaining energy, for the growth, for repair and maintenance of the cells, etc. इसके बाद क्या होता है? Next part of the digestive system is the large intestine. See, this is the large intestine. Okay, so it is about 1.5 meters long, and this large intestine accepts what small intestine do not absorb. जो small intestine absorb नहीं कर पाती वो लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन ले लेती है, ठीक है. और जो लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन का ये जो लास्ट पार्ट है इसको हम रेक्टम बोलते हैं. ओके, इट इज़ अ शॉर्ट टर्म स्टोरेज विच होल्ड feces. Feces means solid waste product. Okay, so it stores the feces before it is expelled. Okay, and these solid food materials, they are expelled from anus. Anus ये हो, यहाँ anus होता है. Okay, so egestion takes place from the anus. Okay, and the other functions of large intestine are bacterial digestion, ferment carbohydrates, absorbs more water and concentrate waste. मतलब जो waste है उसको और solid बनाता है, और फिर उस this undigested food is thrown out of the body from anus as feces. Now we are now completed with all the 5 steps of the holozoic nutrition. Number 1, ingestion. Number 2, digestion. Number 3, absorption. Number 4, assimilation. And number 5, egestion. Now it's quiz time. This is the diagram of the digestive system of man. On a sheet of paper, draw this diagram and write the name of each colored organ. So take a pause, think of it, and write in your or on the sheet of paper. Oh, so you finished? Let's see what did you do. ग्रीन कलर से कौन सा ऑर्गन दिखाया है? ईसोफेगस. रेड, स्टमक. पिंक, स्मॉल इंटेस्टाइन. ब्राउन, लार्ज इंटेस्टाइन. पर्पल, लिवर. ग्रीन, गॉल ब्लैडर. वाओ. येलो, pancreas. Great job. You all did a great job. Thank you and have a nice day.